Switch fans, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today we're looking at the best farming games you can play on your Nintendo Switch. These games let you grow crops, raise animals, and build your dream farm. Let's get started with our top 25 countdown. Sprout Valley is a relaxing farming game where you move to a small town to start a new life on your grandpa's old farm. The game is all about growing crops, raising animals like chickens and cows, and making friends with the townsfolk. You start with a rundown farm and slowly fix it up by clearing land, planting seeds, and building new barns and coops. There's a simple day and night cycle where you need to manage your energy. If you work too hard, you'll get tired and need to sleep. You can sell your crops and animal products to make money, then use that money to buy better tools and seeds. The game also has fishing, mining, and crafting to keep things interesting. What makes Sprout Valley special is how easy it is to pick up and play, perfect for relaxing gaming sessions when you just want to tend to your virtual crops. Sugardew Island puts a tropical twist on farming games by setting your farm on a sunny beach island. After your character leaves their boring office job, they inherit a beachfront property that's overgrown and needs work. The main gameplay involves growing tropical fruits like pineapples and mangoes, fishing in the ocean, and exploring island caves for treasures. One cool feature is the tide system. At certain times of day, the tide goes out and reveals new areas to explore and special items to collect. You can also dive underwater to find rare sea creatures and plants. The island has a small community of about 20 villagers you can befriend and even date. There's a town improvement system where you help rebuild bridges, stairs, and buildings to access new parts of the island. The game has a bright, colorful art style that makes the island feel like a real paradise. Sugardew Island is perfect for players who want their farming with a side of beach vibes. Yonder, the Cloud Catcher Chronicles is a special farming game because there's no fighting at all, just peaceful exploration and farming. You play as a traveler who arrives at Gemia, a beautiful island covered in different environments like snowy mountains, sunny meadows, and thick forests. The story focuses on clearing away a mysterious purple fog called the Murk that's blocking parts of the island. To do this, you need to find magical creatures called sprites who can help clear the Murk. The farming part lets you build multiple farms across different areas of the island, each specializing in different crops and animals based on the climate. Besides farming, you can fish, craft items, build bridges, and trade with villagers. There's also a changing season system that affects what you can grow and how the world looks. What makes Yonder stand out is how it lets you explore at your own pace with no danger or time pressure. Perfect for players who want a stress-free game. Roots of Pacha takes farming games to prehistoric times. You play as a member of a Stone Age tribe that's just starting to learn about farming. Instead of buying seeds from a store, you have to discover wild plants, bring them back to your village, and learn how to grow them. The same goes for animals. You need to befriend wild animals before you can raise them in your settlement. The game has a neat idea system where you can discover new tools and farming methods, like irrigation channels or stone grinding tools, by getting inspiration from the world around you. You work together with your tribe to build new structures and improve your village over time. There's a spirit world element where you can connect with nature spirits during special ceremonies. Seasons change how your farm works, and you'll need to prepare for harsh winters. What makes Roots of Pacha special is how it shows the beginning of farming and lets you experience the joy of discovery as your tribe invents new farming techniques. HARVESTELLA mixes farming with fantasy role-playing in a unique way. You live in a world with 4 seasons, plus a dangerous 5th season called Quietus when crops die and people must stay indoors. The story follows your character trying to solve the mystery of Quietus and why it's getting longer each year. The farming system lets you grow magical crops and raise fantasy creatures like Clufowl, fluffy bird-like animals, and Woolum, round, bouncy sheep. What makes this game different from other farming games is that you also get to be a hero who explores dungeons, fights monsters with different jobs like fighter, mage, or shadow walker, and uses special abilities. The game has a day-night cycle where you need to balance farming in the morning with adventure in the afternoon. You can craft powerful gear using materials from both farming and fighting. There are several towns to visit, each with unique characters who have their own stories. HARVESTELLA is perfect for players who want their cozy farming mixed with exciting adventures. Big Farm Story is a heartwarming farming game about a kid who moves to their grandfather's farm after he mysteriously disappears. Your main goal is to rebuild the rundown farm while searching for clues about what happened to your grandpa. The farming is easy to learn. You till soil, plant seeds, water them daily, and harvest crops when they're ready. The animal raising is super cute with pets that follow you around and help with farm tasks. For example, dogs can help herd sheep and cats can catch mice. The game has a charming art style with big-headed characters and colorful buildings. What makes Big Farm Story special is its focus on solving the mystery of your grandfather through farm work. Certain crops or animals might trigger memories or clues. The town has about 15 neighbors, each with their own personalities and small quests to help with. There's also a simple crafting system for making furniture, tools, and gifts. The game is designed to be easy for new players, making it perfect for kids or anyone new to farming games. My Time at Sandrock takes place in a post-apocalyptic desert world where old technology is rare and valuable. You play as a builder who arrives in the frontier town of Sandrock to help the community survive in the harsh desert. Unlike most farming games, this one focuses more on crafting and building machines than just growing crops. You'll need special planter boxes and water-saving techniques to farm in the desert. The game's main activities include mining in old ruins for ancient parts, crafting tools and machines in your workshop, and completing commissions for the townsfolk. There's also an action combat system for fighting desert monsters and bandits. The story involves learning about what happened to the old world while helping Sandrock deal with water shortages and outlaw threats. You can befriend or romance many characters, each with detailed backstories. The game has a day-night cycle and a stamina system for managing your activities. What makes My Time at Sandrock special is its mix of farming, crafting, fighting, and social elements in a unique desert setting. Wylde Flowers adds something special to farming games: witchcraft. You play as Tara, who moves to a small island town to help with her grandmother's farm. During the day, it's a normal farming game where you grow crops, raise animals, and make friends with locals. But at night, you discover your grandmother is actually a witch, and you have magical powers too. This opens up a whole new side to the game where you learn spells, fly on a broomstick, and gather magical ingredients. The farming works like you'd expect. Plant seeds, water them, and harvest when they're ready. There are seasonal crops and different animals to raise. The magic system lets you cast spells to help with farming, like making plants grow faster or changing the weather. The town has over 30 characters with their own stories, and you can date several of them regardless of gender. There's a story about dealing with the town's suspicion of witches and an ancient magical conflict. Voice acting for all characters makes the world feel alive. Wylde Flowers stands out by combining cozy farming with magical adventures. Story of Seasons. A Wonderful Life is a remake of a classic farming game that does something most farming games don't. It shows your character's entire life, from young adult to old age. You inherit a farm in Forgotten Valley, a peaceful area with a river running through it. The farming system is detailed, with soil quality affecting your crops, and a unique hybrid plant system where you can crossbreed plants to create new varieties. Animal care is in depth too. You need to brush, feed, and talk to your animals daily to keep them happy and productive. What makes this game special is how it shows time passing. Your character will age, get married, have a child, and watch that child grow up and choose their own career based on how you influence them. The Valley has about 25 characters who also age throughout the game, with changing relationships and life events. Seasons change what you can grow, and you'll need to plan for each season. There are festivals, fishing spots, mining areas, and a cooking system. For players who want to see the long-term results of their farming life, this game offers a genuinely moving experience. Garden Life. A cozy simulator focuses on what makes gardening so relaxing in real life. The peaceful connection with nature. Instead of a large farm, you tend to a smaller, more detailed garden space in a charming village. The plant variety is amazing, with over 500 real-world flowers, trees, vegetables, and herbs to grow. Each plant has accurate care needs based on real gardening. Some need more sun, some need shade, some need lots of water, others less. The gardening tools are simple to use but give you precise control. You can trim hedges into shapes, prune trees to grow in certain directions, and arrange flower beds by color and height. Weather affects your garden realistically, and you'll need to protect plants from frost or too much sun. The village has a small community of garden lovers who give you quests and share gardening tips. There's a garden shop where you can buy new seeds, decorations, and tools. What makes Garden Life special is its attention to detail and focus on the joy of creating a beautiful space rather than just making money from crops. It's the perfect game for anyone who loves plants or wants a truly relaxing gaming experience. Harvest Moon. The Winds of Anthos puts you in charge of restoring balance to a world affected by a big storm called the Winds of Anthos. You start with a small farm and need to grow crops, raise animals, and help 5 different villages recover. The farming works like this. You clear land, till the soil, plant seeds, water them daily, and harvest when they're ready. You can raise cows for milk, chickens for eggs, and sheep for wool. What makes this game special is the harvest sprite system. Little magical helpers that each have different skills to assist with farming, fishing, mining, or making friends. There's a horse you can ride to travel between the 5 villages, each with their own climate and special crops. The villages have festivals and contests throughout the year where you can show off your best animals or crops. You can also find a partner to marry among the different villagers. The game has a colorful, cute art style that's easy on the eyes and perfect for playing in handheld mode. My Time at Portia takes place in a colorful post-apocalyptic world where people are trying to rebuild society after a disaster. You play as a builder who inherits their dad's old workshop and needs to make it successful. While farming is part of the game, what makes Portia different is its focus on crafting and building. You'll spend lots of time gathering materials, mining in old ruins, and using different workstations to create items for the townspeople. The farming system is simple. You plant seeds, water them, and harvest crops when they're ready. You can also raise animals like chickens and cows for materials. The game has a day-night cycle where shops open and close at certain times. There's also combat when you explore ruins or caves, using simple weapons you craft. The town of Portia has about 30 characters with their own stories, and you can become friends with or even marry some of them. The main story involves discovering secrets about the old world while helping Portia grow. If you like farming but also want crafting and adventure, this game offers a great mix. Disney Dreamlight Valley combines farming with Disney magic. The story starts with you moving to a once magical valley that's now covered in the forgetting, a mysterious fog that made Disney characters forget each other and leave. Your job is to restore the valley and bring Disney characters back home. The farming system lets you grow vegetables, fruits, and magical crops. You can design your farm however you want, placing crops in neat rows or creative patterns. Besides farming, you'll fish in different waters, cook meals with recipes, mine for gems, and craft furniture to decorate your house and the valley. Each Disney character has their own house and story quests, helping Goofy find his fishing rod or cooking ratatouille with Remy. Characters will ask for help, give you rewards, and become your friends as you complete quests. The game follows real-time seasons with special events and items. What makes Dreamlight Valley special is how it combines relaxing farming with the joy of interacting with beloved Disney characters in a world you help create. Farm Together is all about building the biggest, most beautiful farm possible, and you can do it with friends. Unlike most farming games, time in Farm Together moves forward even when you're not playing. The farming system is simple. You buy seeds, plant them, water them once, and come back when they're ready to harvest. Different crops take different amounts of real time to grow, some just minutes, others days. This makes it perfect for busy players who can't play for hours every day. The game has a huge variety of crops, trees, animals, and decorations to customize your farm. You can build multiple fields, orchards, animal pens, ponds, and decorative areas. What makes Farm Together special is right in the name. Up to 16 players can work on the same farm at once. You can invite friends to help harvest crops, which speeds things up a lot. There are no seasons or story, just endless farm expansion and decoration. The game rewards you for farming with experience points that unlock new items and customization options. It's a relaxing game with no pressure or energy limits. Doraemon. Story of Seasons brings together the popular Japanese cartoon cat robot Doraemon with classic farming gameplay. The story follows Nobi, Nobita, and Doraemon, who get transported to a farming town called Natura. While Doraemon searches for a way home, Nobi takes over an abandoned farm. The farming works like traditional farming games. You clear fields, till soil, plant seeds, water crops daily, and harvest when they're ready. You can also raise cows, chickens, sheep, and horses. What makes this game unique is Doraemon's special gadgets that help with farming, like the Anywhere door for quick travel or the weather card to change the weather. The game has beautiful watercolor style graphics that make the world look like a storybook. There are seasonal festivals, fishing spots, bug catching, and mining caves to explore. The town has about 25 villagers with their own stories and requests. While Doraemon fans will enjoy seeing familiar characters, anyone can appreciate the relaxing gameplay and charming world. The story focuses on Nobi growing as a person through farm work while helping townsfolk with their problems. Rune Factory 5 combines farming with fantasy adventure. You play as a character who wakes up with amnesia and joins a peacekeeping organization called SEED in the town of Rigbarth. Your job involves both tending crops and fighting monsters. The farming system is detailed. Different crops grow better in different seasons, soil quality matters, and you can use magic to grow special plants. What makes Rune Factory different from other farming games is its action combat. You'll explore dungeons, fight monsters with different weapons, and even tame monsters to help on your farm. The game has a day-night cycle and a stamina system for balancing farm work and adventure. There are cooking, crafting, and fishing systems too. The town has 12 characters you can befriend or romance, regardless of gender, each with their own detailed story. The main plot involves solving the mystery of your lost memories while discovering why monsters are acting strangely. The 3D world is colorful and anime-styled, though it can sometimes have frame rate issues in busy areas. For players who want their farming with a big side of adventure, Rune Factory 5 offers the perfect mix. Graveyard Keeper is the oddball of farming games. Instead of a farm, you manage a medieval graveyard. After a car accident in modern times, you wake up as the keeper of a cemetery in a strange world. Your job involves preparing bodies for burial, maintaining graves, and expanding the graveyard. The farming aspect lets you grow crops for food, alchemy ingredients, or to sell at the village market. What makes this game unique is its dark humor and morally questionable options. You can harvest useful parts from corpses, cut corners on burials, or sell special meat to the local tavern. The game has complex crafting trees where you need to research technologies and build workstations like a sawmill, furnace, or alchemy lab. There's an energy system where you need to sleep and eat to recover stamina. The village has interesting characters like the Talking Skull, the Witch in the Swamp, and the Inquisitor. Besides farming and graveyard keeping, you can also fish, mine resources, explore dungeons, and complete quests. The day-night cycle and weekly schedule affect when characters appear and shops open. Fae Farm brings magic and fairies to farming life. You arrive in a magical town called Azoria, where you're given an overgrown farm to restore. The twist is that you discover you have magical abilities that help with farming and exploring. The farming system is easy to use. Clear land, plant seeds, water daily, and harvest when ready. You can raise magical animals like glowing bunnies and rainbow cows for special resources. What makes Fae Farm special is its magic system. You learn spells to help with farming, like growing plants instantly or changing the weather. You'll craft different magical tools as you progress, each with special abilities. The game has 4 distinct seasons with different crops and activities. Besides farming, you can fish in magical waters, mine for gems in caves, craft furniture for your home, and cook magical recipes. The town has about 20 characters with their own stories and quests. Up to 4 players can play together online, working on the same farm. Story of Seasons. Friends of Mineral Town is a remake of a beloved classic farming game with updated graphics and gameplay. You inherit your grandfather's farm in Mineral Town and must restore it to its former glory. The farming system is easy to learn but has hidden depth. Crops have quality levels, there are seasonal plants, and you need to water them daily. Animal raising is important too. Cows, chickens, sheep, alpacas, and horses all need care and affection to produce good products. What makes this game special is how balanced and polished it feels. Everything from fishing to mining to foraging works smoothly. The town has 25 characters with their own schedules and stories, including potential marriage partners. There are seasonal festivals throughout the year like the Cooking Festival or Horse Race. place where you can participate in mini games. The game follows a day-night cycle with changing weather that affects your farming. There's no main story pushing you forward, just the gentle goal of building your farm and becoming part of the community. Littlewood. You play as the hero who saved the world from the Dark Wizard but lost your memories in the process. Now you're rebuilding your town and discovering who you were through peaceful activities. The farming is simple and satisfying. Till soil anywhere you want, plant seeds, water them, and harvest crops. What makes Littlewood special is its town building system where you can place every building, path, and decoration exactly where you want, even changing the terrain height. The game has a unique time system where each action takes time, but there's no day-night cycle forcing you to sleep. You can farm, fish, catch bugs, mine for materials, cook dishes, and craft furniture at your own pace. The townsfolk are characters who fought alongside you against the Dark Wizard, and through helping them, you learn about your forgotten heroic past. The game has a charming pixel art style that's colorful and cozy. There are 15 characters who can move to your town, some of whom you can romance. Rune Factory 3 Special is a farming game with adventure mixed in. You play as Micah, a young man who can change into a golden woolly, a sheep-like monster, and needs to bring humans and monsters together. The farming part works like this. You clear your field, till the soil with a hoe, plant seeds, water them every day, and harvest when they're ready. You can also tame monsters by giving them gifts and brushing them. Then they'll live in your barn and help on your farm. What makes this game different is the fighting part. You can craft weapons and armor, learn magic spells, and explore dungeons full of monsters. There's a town called Charentes with many people to meet and become friends with. You can even marry someone after becoming close enough. The game has a day-night cycle and different seasons that change what crops you can grow. If you like both farming and fighting monsters, this game gives you both in one package. Harvest Moon. One world starts with an interesting story. All the crops have disappeared from the world, and people have forgotten about farming. You find a special harvest wisps that give you seeds, and you set out on a journey to bring farming back. What makes this game different from other farming games is that you can pick up your entire farm and move it to different areas around the world. Each area has different weather and soil types that are better for growing certain crops. The farming works like you'd expect. Plant seeds, water them, and harvest when they're ready. You can also raise animals like cows, chickens, and sheep for milk, eggs, and wool. There's a tool upgrade system where your watering can, hoe, and other tools get better as you use them. The game has 5 towns to visit, each with their own characters to meet and possibly marry. There are festivals to join and mining areas to find special materials. If you like the idea of taking your farm on a world tour, this game lets you do exactly that. Stardew Valley starts with you leaving your boring office job to take over your grandfather's old farm in a small town called Pelican Town. The game gives you total freedom to build your farm how you want. You can focus on crops, animals, orchards, honey production, or a mix of everything. Farming is simple but satisfying. Clear land of rocks and trees, hoe the soil, plant seeds, water daily, and harvest when ready. There's a deep crafting system where you can make everything from fertilizer to sprinklers that water crops automatically. Besides farming, you can go fishing, explore caves with monsters and minerals, forage for wild foods, and get to know the 30 30+ townspeople. Each villager has their own story and daily routine, and you can become friends or even marry some of them. The game has 4 seasons, each lasting 28 days, with different crops and activities for each. What makes Stardew Valley special is how much there is to do. You can play for hundreds of hours and still find new secrets and goals to work toward. Story of Seasons. Pioneers of Olive Town puts you in charge of your grandfather's overgrown farm near a small seaside town. The farming system is very hands-on. You start with a wild plot of land that you need to clear of trees, rocks, and weeds before you can start planting. What makes this game interesting is its maker system. You place machines like lumber makers, cheese makers, and textile makers on your farm to process raw materials into more valuable items. For example, you can turn milk into cheese and then into fancy cheese for more money. The game has lots of animals to raise, including some unusual ones like alpacas and rabbits. There's a big emphasis on crafting, where you can make everything from fences to furniture. The town has about 25 people to meet, including potential marriage partners. You can help the town grow by completing requests and unlocking new areas and shops. The changing seasons affect what you can grow, and there are special festivals throughout the year. Animal Crossing. New Horizons isn't just a farming game, but it has become one of the best ways to live your virtual farm life on Switch. You start on a deserted island and slowly build it into your dream community. The farming part was added in updates, letting you grow vegetables like tomatoes, potatoes, carrots, wheat, and sugarcane. Farming is super simple. Plant a starter vegetable, water it daily, and in a few days you can harvest, and the plants keep producing. What makes Animal Crossing special is that it runs in real time. If it's 3 p.m. on Tuesday in real life, it's 3 p.m. on Tuesday in the game. This means seasons match the real world, and special events happen on actual holidays. Besides farming, you can catch bugs, go fishing, dive for sea creatures, dig up fossils, and decorate every inch of your island. The villagers are animal characters with unique personalities who send you letters and give you gifts. You can visit other players' islands online or invite friends to yours. And there you have it, the top 25 farming games on Nintendo Switch. Each one offers something special, whether it's fighting monsters, exploring caves, or decorating your own island paradise. Which farming game looks most fun to you? Let me know in the comments. And if you're already playing one of these games, share your favorite farming tips. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content. Until next time.